Josh. You already came back? What? Did you already leave? If you didn't, too bad.
No, I forgot that.
Fuck that, dog. Too bad. Seriously? You didn't go? Are you serious? You haven't gone yet?
Forgot,
What?
forgot the Strabo.
Are you serious?
I just walked all the way to the church and back.
Well, I guess, just bring a swisher when you come back. Whack ass nigga. What's up, people? It is I, Enigma Nova. Oh, gotta get some light up in here as it begins to dwindle into the darkness. It is I, Enigma Nova, short horror film director, and this is not the Nova Show quite yet. This is still, we're exiting the era of how I used to format or how I used to stream, or going back into my old way of streaming, which is the Nova Show. What is the Nova Show, you're asking? Well, the Nova Show is something I used to do on Instagram before everything started popping off, like with the internet and social media and stuff. But in the beginning of using Instagram, I used to do something called the Nova Show, where it'd be something like this. Not streaming wise though, it'd be already pre-recorded, pre-taped, and I would interview either rappers, people who are interested in acting, or people who had content, or people who are interested in content creating, just all types of people. And then also doing like I would do maybe a good 10-minute segment of something of my choice, of a life experience or an experience that I would like to share or something like that. That's what the Nova Show is, and I want to get back to doing the Nova Show. Now, what's the difference between hanging with Nova and the Nova Show? Hanging with Nova is literally just that, hanging out, and it's freelance. I'm listening to music, I'm smoking, and it's very just wide open. There's no structure, there's no template, there's no nothing to follow. But with the Nova Show, it's literally, you'll know what it is. It's different segments, and with streaming for an hour, it's enough time to make at least 3 segments. You know, it'll be like an open, and then have a guest, and then a closing statement. I feel like that would be fun to do and get back into doing. I used to really enjoy doing it. I have a few of them on my Instagram, and if I could take them off and put them on my YouTube, I certainly will, so I can show you guys uh, a little bit of it. But as of right now, this stream is called "Where is the Origins of the Nova Show?" And the origins come from me buying my mirrorless camera back in 2020, and I was filming and stuff like that. But I also was trying to, make reels and stuff like that, and just do stuff for Instagram, not stuff for the sake of filming, but just stuff for Instagram. So that was one of the things that I did. Was that like, do that little show, and then I had like the Timothy Graves thing I was doing, and then I was making other content that I would see, like kind of like remix stuff and stuff like that, and it was working pretty good. But like all things, all good things come to an end, or it just all things come to a shadow band, I suppose. And that happened. So it's just like on here, the same thing. I used to be pushed to a certain degree, and I would make a lot of friends, or I had got a lot of subscribers. But nowadays, it's like not that. But I'm not here to cry over spilled milk. I'm here to try and clean it up. So as of lately, like I've been trying to do my streams a little differently, not so lax, not so chilled, not so space cadet, and a part of that is the consumption of alcohol. A lot of that's the consumption of something else that's impairing me to have conversations with you, or just not even lectures, but just tips and stuff like that. Things that I would love to do and talk about just to represent my channel, because some people have a misconception of like what I do on here. Like they think I just probably sit in front of a camera and just want people to love me, and it's not true. I want people to accept me or just understand me, and with that comes enjoying the things that I create, like my short horror films. I'm very really proud of all the films I've ever made and all the progress I've ever made on making my films. So if ever you have free time and a chance, I would love for everyone to either leave a like and subscribe to my channel and check out some of my short horror films. It just would mean a lot, and it goes a long way for me. More than money, actually. Money is great and donations are great, but people's genuine time is always something I cherish the most. No, I've never heard of that. What is Stray Kids? Is that like an organization or a company or something? What is that? Hello, how you doing, Mary? Oh, a K-pop. No, I don't listen to K-pop. To be honest with you, I don't watch anime, and I don't listen to K-pop. I have a very weird palate when it comes to enjoying things. Like what I enjoy, some people might enjoy, some people might not. You know what I mean? But I don't hate. Like I'm not over here like, oh God, that's terrible. Or, it's just not. It's not something that tickles my fancy, or it's not something that kind of gets me. You know what I mean? In a I don't know, distracting mood. I like watching things that hit my creative buttons, or I like watching or listening to things that help me influence like what I'm gonna film next or what I'm gonna make musically. So, no, I've never heard of that group though. Are they a good group, or is this something like you like listening to? No, I if I don't watch anime, then I don't watch live action made from anime. I won't. That doesn't make any sense because you would have to follow the story. You know what I mean? You would have to get like what you're watching, and I'm not one of those people to watch something and I don't know where it stems from yet. Like I don't know like anything about it, so I wouldn't watch it. No, no, like as far as anime or whatever, it's not even considered anime. I guess I would say Pokemon and a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, but that's as far as it went for me. I never really had too much care for anime, to be honest. There's just so much things in the world to be a fan of. There's so much things that you can dive into, And for me, when I was growing up, it wasn't anime. It was Marvel cards and basketball and wrestling. That's something like I have huge fandom of. Like let's be real, I'm a huge horror fan, but people know if you know me, you know that I'm a huge wrestling fan, and my knowledge for wrestling is as extensive as somebody's knowledge for anime. And now don't get it twisted. I'm not a smart mark. I'm not over here watching indies in Japan and you know what I mean? Like no, I'm not like that. I'm talking about the history of a specific company like WWE, WCW, even some old school ones, Mid South Wrestling, NWA, shit like that, CZW, ECW. Not all like I don't know like as much as the next person, but I know that I could hold my ground when it comes to bantering about wrestling. But when it comes to anime, no, that's the worst thing you could ever talk to me about. When the conversation becomes about anime, it's not that I tune out. I don't know what I'm listening to. So, and to be fair, I always I'm honest and upfront about like what the type of things that I'm interested in, because people you don't want to like lie and try to have friends. You know, you don't want to do that shit. That shit's dumb. Pretending to be someone you're not, like that's so dumb. So instead, I just be honest, and if I'm boring, I'm boring. You feel me? But there's people that enjoy boring, but that's besides the point. I'm here to talk to you about the origins of what is the Nova Show. So the Nova Show started a long time ago. Um, like I said in the beginning, where Instagram was barely famous or just barely rolling out, and I had around that time was actually it was popping. Actually, it was people were just getting off Facebook and starting to go to Instagram. So I was trying to cash in on that, which in the beginning was working pretty fine, and now I'm just shadow banned. I don't get shown to no new followers or anything like that. I'm just in a. That's why I don't really use my Instagram because of that reason now. Like from going from there to that, if you see all my stuff that I used to post on Instagram, you'll see that I was posting a lot, and I would post reels and funny skits and stuff like that. But after a while, you get tired of no progression. You're just like, what the fuck, man? Like this video just blew up 10K, and now all of a sudden my next 6 videos are less than 100. Like that doesn't make sense. But that's all, I guess. Like I said, that's all. I guess it's all on us, right? Because we're making crap videos. But then again, we didn't create the algorithm. Somebody created that shit. Somebody created an algorithm, so for it to help you or fucking be your demise. Anywho, in the beginning, like I said, yep. See. So in the beginning, I was like, this is pretty cool, and then I was making my series, my first ever series called Timothy Graves, and I didn't want to just keep like only thing I uploaded was my film Timothy Graves or the episodes. I wanted to do more, so I started to do like little. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a show, maybe like a 14, 15-minute show. My first episode was an episode about my experience working at a gay and straight nightclub in West Hollywood as a bouncer. And that got, it got people's attention because of the way I was telling the story or the stuff I was saying, just very out of the ordinary. And then the next episode, I had one of my friends on, and I interviewed him as a person. Uh, asked him stuff that I knew back when he was, younger and stuff like that. Then I had another friend and interviewed my cousin as well. And I was supposed to interview this one guy, God rest his soul. He was at the time doing vape reviews for like wax pen reviews. And I thought that was gonna be good, but I never got a chance to do it, and he unfortunately passed away. But that's where pretty much it stems from. My idea of wanting to bring it back. I think I was just like, I think this would be cool. Like, I think people will enjoy that, like interview style stream as opposed and like it's a hangout too. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're hanging out with me right now, but I'm saying like that's a little different. Like you could learn a little bit something about someone, to hear different point of views, ideologies, and shit like that. Meet some of my friends that I hang out with. So that was something I was thinking about doing or bringing back, or something that I'm actually thinking about doing in the near future, especially if I could set it up correctly and have my guests come and stuff like that. Right now, it's my day off today, so again, this is day fucking 4, not drinking, and it's not tough, but I'll say that to say that I haven't been wanting to drink would be a lie. Like I've been wanting to drink for sure. I've been wanting to have a drink, but I know that. So I know that like I know that finding the excuse to do it is easier than finding the excuse to not do it. I could easily go to my day off. I could relax. I earned it. I went 3 days without doing it, and but I can go. Or you could take that leap and wait till tomorrow. Like you said, you'll drink on the weekend or on Friday, but one day, not every damn day on the weekend, and then you reset, boom, a week, and like that way you could just have your taste, and you gradually stop wanting it or adding it to the routine, because that was the problem I was doing. I was adding it to my routine. I was making it something normal. Like if I couldn't have fun, or I couldn't be a, happy person without it, and it's like I can't have fun without that shit, or I could feel good without it, and that's what I had to start realizing. Like it no longer was something that I used to have pride in being like, yeah, I used to, I drink, but occasionally. It started off as just blue moons turned into like cocktails and hard Jameson, and I was just like, all right, if you're drinking this stuff and it's like you have to drink this much to get intoxicated, your tolerance is way high. So you need to calm and slow the fuck down. And that's what I did. I just took the reins and slowed my ass down. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm no longer the young sprout that I used to be. So because of that reason, I'm like, I want to live a little bit longer and I want to live healthy. I don't want to live like with assistance. So there's a lot of things in the world that we're gonna do or take that's gonna be detrimental to our body. Um, so I was just electing just to choose to get rid of one. Now, obviously, I would love to get rid of most or get rid of all, but I don't know. I'm just not ready yet. And that's okay to say that to yourself if you're not ready for something. Like people are so scared to admit to themselves when they're ready to leave, or when they're ready to do something, or when they're ready to not do something. It's okay. But just as long as as long as you're making attempts or efforts to try and understand yourself as a person and not get bent out of shape because someone has a perspective of you because of how you presented yourself all this time. You get me? You can't get mad at somebody thinking you're this person because that's all they've seen. What's up, Aiden? Thank you for the knowledge. Appreciate it. So with that being said, just like you owe it to yourself to be honest and just to work as hard for yourself as possible. I'm not saying you can't have fun. You can have fun in so many ways. Like, you know what I mean? And this is no shade to people who drink. Like I said, I love a good drink. But to excessively drink is just maybe you should look at yourself if you're doing that. Like, why am I excessively drinking? I was like, yes, I love it. Yes, I like how it makes me feel, but there's something else. There's something else I'm trying to use it for, like to help me enhance something, to help me get out of something, to help me relax, to help me mellow, to take the edge off. Like I said, so many reasons you can give yourself for drinking alcohol or drinking or indulging in drugs. But at the end of the day, it's literally up to you, like, to change the feeling inside. Because if I have a headache, I'll take Tylenol, the headache will go away. But if it's a consistent headache, the headache will come back. You get me? So Tylenol is not the answer. Something else is the answer. And, booze wasn't the answer for me. I was starting to realize that. Because after the booze effect would wear off, then it almost felt like I was right back into that same feeling. And I don't want to feel that way. Fuck that. Like, I don't want to feel like only way I could be this, like, me and happy-go-lucky is when I'm intoxicated off liquor. Like, that sucks, And you make poor decisions. Like, you don't have, your impulses are less controllable, you know what I mean? By something you say might be offensive, or you might do something that's offensive. So, just a lot of self learning about myself in this year. Because a lot has happened, like towards the end of last year for me, and that kind of just woke me up in a sense of like, not last year I didn't wake up. I'm saying I woke up around this time, but a lot of stuff happened last year for me, and I just couldn't understand. And I'm starting to just get back to being normal, and being normal is not drinking excessively like that. That's not normal for me. I work out, I play ball, I make movies, I make music, I stream. Like those are normal. That's like normalcy for me, not drinking and getting on stream drinking and getting upset because no one's here. And I've been here before, so many times before. Uh, before a lot of people would be here, I would be here in this very instance where it's only one person or something like that, and not feel any type of way. But you get exposed to something and you get used to something, and you're just like, oh, this is how it's gonna be now, and then it stops. Please, dude, you're gonna ask questions. You're gonna be like, is it me? Like, what happened? You're gonna blame yourself. You're gonna blame something else that has nothing to do with it. Like earlier, as you heard earlier, you heard me. I even had a small rant, and I stopped myself about the algorithm, and I'm just like, how many motherfuckers do that every day? You know, that's not a real problem in actuality. Like that's a that's something not to even complain about. But I find myself sometimes still complaining about it because of the drastic drop off, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? Aaliyah said if the pressure don't succeed, or I believe that's what she said. And if the pressure don't, what is it? And if the pressure don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. I can't remember the lyric, but she's saying dust yourself off and try again type shit. Pretty much that's what I'm trying to do. Dust myself off and try again. You feel me? Like all I could do is that. All I could literally do is that. Like try again, man. Keep trying to tell these people to watch your films. Keep showing these people that you're serious about your passion, and you know, just be more real. Like right now, I'm being as real as I could possibly be with you guys, and show in a slight sense of my vulnerability with you guys. Share a slight sense of my vulnerability with you guys, just so you can see that like I'm serious about this. Like I'm trying to take even the streaming as serious as possible without like, you know, taking it for granted. And maybe I took it for granted back then. Like, and I was like, I have these people that are coming every day. I have a community, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, I took that for granted, and now I have to build this shit back up from the ground up. And hopefully people, they stick around, they listen, they watch it after, or they come back to watch my lives, you know. And that's another thing, you know, I was not uploading my lives or anything like that because it was always getting copyright. That's how you know I'm not all in. I'm not serious about it, because I would take the procedures or the precautions of not making sure that if as soon as I'm done with this live, it's on and ready. It's ready for viewing. You know, it's not needs to be edited because of the music, or I need to X out a few songs or something. So that's been my mindset with streaming on YouTube right now. As I'm coming back into streaming and onto YouTube, I've taken a few weeks off of it, and for me, like I said, it was just I was having fun elsewhere. You know, like I was having fun streaming on TikTok because it's more engaging and people are just a little bit more nice, and they kind of more accepting. On here, it's very like it'd be like this. You feel me? Like where it's just you're talking and nobody's engaging. You don't know who's here, who's watching. You don't know who's liking it. You know, so it's a big mystery on here. But and I was like, to combat that part of my brain, the over analytical part of my brain, the overthinking of part of my brain, to make that not care anymore, is to go into this like, okay, nobody's here, then this would just become a post of where you can go to it and watch my lecture, or you can go back and watch my list. I'm gonna have some kind of substance to it. It wouldn't just be a blank video of me like looking at the camera waiting for someone to talk. It's gonna be a conversation either with you later or now, pretty much. And I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with that, actually. I'm totally okay with it if it helps me get better as a presenter. If it helps me get better as a streamer, better as a talker, then this is something that I could definitely do without feeling like how I was feeling earlier in the year, or all of towards the middle and towards the end of last year. Because I told you the most important part, I think, is rhythm and momentum. That's the most important part of this. If I don't have any momentum or rhythm, then this shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like it won't matter what I'm saying. Like I could just come right here and just be a mopey ass motherfucker, if that's the case. But I don't want to do that. I wanna, I wanna I want this shit to crack. You know what I'm saying? I want this shit to work out for me, and I've been doing it for a few years, and I'm just ready to see progression in a major way. I'm trying to see great progression, or steady progression. I'm tired of being pigeonholed, or tired of being told I'm not gonna do something, or I'm not gonna make it, or whatever the fuck. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that deter me from what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm weird, I'm strange, I'm awkward. You know what I'm saying? I'm all these things, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm likable in a sense, and that I'm understandable, and people can come to me and talk to me, and I'm not gonna fucking make them feel like an asshole unless they're an asshole. Simple as that. And you know if you're being an asshole or not, right? Like, you know when you're being a dick. You know when you're trying to be funny. So if I catch on to it, or if I'm like peeping your vibe and you're getting mad because I'm not giving you the reaction you want, or I'm giving you a reaction, or I'm giving you the same energy, you can't get mad at that. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not, I'll answer somebody who is genuinely trying to ask me questions about my films, or ask me questions about, certain things and stuff. But you're trying to get personal, or you're just trying to, like, tell me a joke or something, which is fine as well. If it's a good troll is a good troll. If you guys are funny, it's going to be funny regardless, no matter what. But the thing that I don't like is when people are unoriginal and they use jokes that are played out, or spam. It's not funny. It's just not funny. Like, and it's like childish, and it lets me know you're a child. And then, bye bye. Because I don't want children on here. This is an adult site. Feel me? Like, and if I could, I would do more adult things, more XX rated things, just because I am who I am. I'm an exhibitionist. So fuck, I don't care. Like, me and my girl, we've had sex outside. We've had sex in public places that we're not supposed to, and the thrill of being caught has always been our thing. So I'm comfortable with my fucking body. People are like, why don't you ever wear pants? Why don't you? I have shorts on today, so I'm saving your visual pleasure. But normally I'm in my skivvies, and I don't care. But people care that you are, which is crazy because they're coming on here, and like, someone who doesn't care, that's so repulsive. If I'm looking at something and it's too repulsive, I'm not gonna look at it and keep looking at it and then comment on it. I'm going to just, right? But for some people, this is like a car crash, and you can't get your eyes off of it. So you need to say something about it, or you need to troll because you don't understand it. I remember one time a guy trolled on here. He was trolling me because he was upset at the fact, or maybe he's having a bad day, but he was upset over the fact that, I don't know, maybe a streamer was acting like he was better than him, because he approached me like if I was the guy who was acting like that, and I was like, you just came here. And he was like, oh, is he one of those streams where the guy acts like he's better than all of us? I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And I'm like joking with him and just trying to keep it lighthearted, and he just keeps boom, boom. And as he sees that I'm not budging, as he sees that he's not getting nothing out of me, he's not getting any sort of rise or anything, and even when I accept what he's saying, and I was like, well, I have to understand that, if some people don't like me, or if some people blah blah blah, like, he just couldn't accept that as my answer. So as I'm, answering him and answering other people, he finally goes, "You're just so desperate. Not, you're just so you're desperately trying to say that no, you're desperately trying to not say that no one likes you. It was funny. That was funny to me because I was just like, damn, was that like your last gasp or something? Like you just had nothing else to say? Just say you don't like me and move on, right? But then there was someone randomly who was watching that didn't say a word and goes, bro, you're literally on this guy. Like, and those are people that are cool, you know, like that do that. But I don't encourage people to put other people down on my app. I just on this channel, excuse me. I just thought that was a funny little story to tell. But yeah, streaming is a son of a bitch, and you need a template. You need like some sort of thing to kind of help you and have like a guide, not a guide, but like something that helps you along the way to simplify things. I need to plug in this light because I know this light's gonna run out soon. Yep, yep. And yes, it is very taxing to try and talk for a whole hour with no engagement. But you know, it is something I'm trying to get better at. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to leave so many air pocket holes where I'm just sitting here and I'm just watching the screen, and at some point I'm not even looking at the stream anymore. Like when you're streaming, you're not supposed to just be like, oh, you know, well, no, I'm not streaming. Oh, well, nobody's here, so let me just zone out. It's like, no, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm trying to show you guys I'm present. And so I'll do whatever it takes to, hold on, rewind that. I won't do whatever it takes. I'll do what I can to show people that I'm here and that, you know, I'm here to entertain you in any way I can entertain you, which is with my short horror films or with my wit or with my humor or with in just conversation. And the cool part about streaming is that no matter where you are in the part of the world, I could talk to you. If you decide to come on here and want to chop it up about some real shit, you know what I mean? Like, not no fake shit, not like don't try to make a story up and garnish fake sympathy. Because it's not going to go your route. It's not going to go your way because I could kind of always sense it. I can always feel it when it's something a person is doing just because they want attention. One thing I've learned, whenever I'm hurt or something like that, I don't go to a public forum or and write something. Like I won't go on like Instagram and write a post. You know, nothing's the same anymore. Now that's a fucking lie, cause I did do that. Not on Instagram, but I did do that on here when I was going through my breakup with Queen Nova. But I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a truck. But what I learned from that was like, yo, like, not everybody needs to see your vulnerability, and not everybody wants, like, no one cares that you're what you're going through. You know, I made a song. I'm in my own head, and there's a lyric I go, no, I'm in my own head and I'm feeling kind of down. Fuck, why can't I remember my lyrics? Hold up. I can't remember all fucking lyrics. Damn, nigga. That's crazy work. I gotta look this shit up now. Hold on. That shit fucking with me. I can't remember my own lyrics. I'm in my own head and I'm feeling kind of That's so wrong. That is so fucking wrong. Also, guys, on a creative note, if you haven't yet, I have Tilly was my latest film that I created. If you guys want to check that out, it's available. Also, the making of Tilly. If you guys want to see the movie magic or just the chemistry that I had with the actors and actresses, it was pretty cool. Also, I did do a making of the Stakeout, which was a month ago. Tilly was 2 weeks ago, and then the making of Tilly I just released 5 days ago. Again, I know I'm kind of lagging on the films, but that's it's okay because I'm not at this current juncture. I'm not just producing films just to produce them. I want them to be able to be good when I put them out. So, so like, Patient Garner is a month. Yeah, see, everything's kind of like a month. Like, mm, I think I've been doing one movie a month so far. It feels like. No, Jasper and Happy Birthday short were shot in the same month, so that's cool. Um, that's one thing I'm gonna get better at, guys, and I apologize. Is just the frequency of my movies being released. Sometimes I just giving my movies some time to for people to keep to still watch them or to catch up watching them. That's why there will be times where I won't post a movie. But you know what I should do is make the film and have it ready to go by the time I get to a certain point of where I wanted to show the film. So. This is the song I was telling you about. I fucking forgot the lyrics, so let's just hear the song. Ah, that's all I need to hear. Okay. I'm in my own head trying to work it out. I'm in my own head with the suicidal doubt. No one wants to hear about your problems. No one wants to hear where the scars from. Right there, that aspect right there. Excuse me. That little part right there. No one wants to hear about your problems. No one wants to hear where the scars from. Pretty much I'm saying nobody wants to hear you go online and talk about your issues, bro. Nobody wants to see that. Like, there are people that are nosy. They're going to just want to know why you're leaving cryptic messages, but they don't honestly care about how you heal or how you get to a place where you're not feeling as bad anymore. They don't. So, what's the purpose of exposing yourself or even showing that slightest bit of vulnerability when you could work on yourself? Sorry. When you can work on yourself. And working on yourself is 10 times better than confiding into somebody that's not going to really care if you're confiding in them or not. Now, there are occasions where you have friends that will listen, and they're great listeners, because ultimately that's all we need when we're in that state of heartbroken or heartbreak or stressed or stressed out or depression. You want just someone to be able to vent to, someone to be able to be just like, not a brick wall, but a fleshy wall. That sounded gross, but it's true. You want someone like that to, and then, now, depending on what type of friend you are, it really helps to have compassion. It really helps to be understanding. It really helps to just not want to chime in or give advice. Oh my God, the Growlers have a great song. They say, oh yeah. There's nothing more depressing as good advice. Nobody wants to hear how to live their life. They're right. Nobody wants to hear good advice. Nobody wants to be told how to love this person less or love this person more. No one wants to be told how to treat their da-da-da, because they think in their own mind, because they went through their own trials and tribulations, that you're going to go through the same, trials and tribulations, but you're not. Everyone's different. Everyone's partner is different. So, that being said, I'm going to take a fucking 3-minute non-talking. No, I'm going to talk, but let me get 3 minutes of shutting the fuck up for a second. Hear a song. Just because I've been talking for so fucking long and nobody's talking back to me, which sucks, but that's okay. Because in the Nova Show, I'll at least have an interviewer here and I'll be able to have a back and forth. But believe me, guys, I promise you, I don't like to hear myself talk. It's just nobody's talking back. Nobody is, engaging with me. So because of that, I have to take it into matters to my own hands and make this more of a monologue setting. Make it more of a Luca Plake at the mouth. just keep the rapidness going. It helps with my ability to present on a stream and my ability to talk to people on the stream. So, I appreciate everybody coming on this stream today. I know it's kind of short. I'm going to end it at 40 minutes. Maybe I'll stream a little later tonight. It really depends how I feel. I took a break from exercise today, so no exercise today. I might just go and hit my normal push-up stuff. But thank you guys for showing up. If you were listening, I appreciate you for listening. And if you haven't yet, please check out this live and thank you for listening to what the origins of the Nova Show was.